Well, hey there, everybody. Look here, it's Bear, and it's Tuesday. It's time for some camp cooking. That's right. We gotta eat. I'm hungry. And today we're gonna do a little taste test. Oh, I don't know, a year or so ago, I did a video about Minimus.biz. If you're curious, I'll put a link to it down in the description. But they've all got all kinds of little travel size stuff that you can buy, condiment packets, things like that. One of the things I bought was this. It's the Bridgford honey barbecue beef and bread. And here's a look at the ingredients. Here's a look at your nutritional value. And we're going to try it. Alright, and we're going to use the soon-to-be world-famous 5 Bear Paw rating system to tell you what I think about this. So if you haven't heard of that, well, it's my system. And if I give it 5 Bear Paws, that means that I'd even buy it to eat at home. 4 Bear Paws says it's a strong contender, and I'd look for it to take out on the trail with me. 3 Bear Paws tells you it gets the job done, but she's 3rd string on the list. 2 Bear Paws tells you I'd eat it to be polite, but I'm only buying it as a last resort. And 1 Bear Paw means I'm giving it to you when you've overstayed your welcome. Well, let's see what we got here. All right, so if I go to Bridgford's website, they tell us that we can peel this guy open and just eat it, or we can heat it up. I'm gonna heat it up today because I think it's gonna be better that way, and I want to give it the best opportunity it has for 5 Bear Paws. They also tell us that depending on temperature, this will store from 1 to 3 years. Now, I've kept this in the 3-year condition, I believe, under 80 degrees, and I've had this now for a little over a year. According to the code date, can you see that? Their site tells you how to break that down. The first number is the year, and then the last 3 is a Julian code date. So the code date here tells me this was made in the 3rd month of 2000. And here we are in November of 2021. So we'll see if it's still edible in there if I open up a pack of green stuff and we don't get to try it. I don't know, we're going to test that. The way they tell us to heat this that I think works out on the trail is to put it in boiling water for 6 minutes. Now I'm going to tell you, to be a MRE-ish packaging and all, it's not fitting in your GI cup to do that. But if you're rolling military gear, it will sit down. Gotta kind of push it in there. It'll sit down in the mess kit half, and that's what we're going to use to heat it up with some water. Now, another way you could do this, if you don't want to sit there and use fuel to cook this for 6 minutes on your stove once you come to a boil, is to boil your water. We could go backpacker style in the old quart Ziploc freezer bag and put it in there with our hot water, drop it down in the koozie. But I'd give it a few extra minutes, maybe 10 minutes to heat like that, since we're not actively boiling. But let's put it in some boiling water and see what this thing tastes like, or make sure it's not green. And I guess I need enough water to cover. Yeah, something like that. They also suggest that you could use an MRE flameless heater. You could do this in the microwave, taking it out of the package, or in your toaster oven. Now, taking that toaster oven idea, you could just take and dry pan this guy over the campfire or wrap it in some foil. So while we're watching the water boil, do me a favor, down there in the comments, if there's a camp meal that you'd like me to cook or a product that you'd like me to check out and give a little review of, drop her down there in the comments so I know what kind of things y'all are interested in. Oh, y'all see that? Boil time. Where's my timer? All right, timer. Now here, as we approach the 3-minute mark, since I don't have a lid on this guy creating steam on both halves, I'm going to flip it over because that just kind of makes sense to me. There we go. 3 more minutes. Oh, here we go. We're closing in. 3, 2, 1. I think for the sake of argument, so I don't get the sandwich wet, I'm gonna dry off the package. Ooh, that's some tough packaging. Oh, don't eat that. Let's see, do you cut across or diagonal? We're gonna go long ways today so we can get a good view of what's going on inside of here. All the way across. All right, Bridgford. Well, I have to say, that's a little bit disappointing. Gotta do better than that, Bridgford. Now, as a quick side note, I threw this on the scale at home in its packaging, and we came out to 3.8 ounces. Here it is. Let's dig in and try this thing. I guess we're gonna munch on the part. Well, let's munch on the part that's just bread first and see what the bread tastes like. How about that? Since they didn't fill the sandwich the whole way. I mean, it's okay for a year-old bread. It's nothing to write home about. Need some jelly for that part of the sandwich. Chew, and then we'll bite into the beefy side. You know, the beefy barbecue in there, it's not bad. It's a little bit sweet. If you don't like sweet barbecue, you're gonna have a problem with it. But it does say, am I not mistaken? Yeah, it's honey. It's a sweet barbecue. Let's open it up and see what it looks like on the inside. All right, so there you go. That's half of it. That's what you get. All right, so now the $5 question here, because that's roughly what this cost me, is how many Bear Paws is this? I'm gonna go 3.5. That's right, I'm gonna give it a little uptick from the 3. And that's for the convenience factor. This is super convenient, and from a freshness perspective, I mean, that guy is 1.5 years old and it's fine. It tastes okay. The bread's nothing special, but it doesn't taste bad. You know, so there we go, 3.5 Bear Paws. And y'all don't forget, comment down there below, tell me about some things you want to see me try, and we'll see you on the trail. I'm gonna finish my sandwich. $5, I'm not wasting it. Bring you a jelly packet for the part that doesn't have meat. Now, I think Cabela's and Bass Pro Shops has 2 packs of these for $5.99. I'd be a little bit happier at that price point. I'm not mad at it though.